Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I want to talk about marketing today. We over here at Onyx Queen Media do marketing a little bit differently. Of course, we specialize in branding and, storytelling and that sort of thing. And the thing with marketing, I think a lot of people that are missing, they just take for granted the fact that, I need to do this marketing and that's going to automatically sell my product. The bottom line is, if what you are selling people are not interested in, it's not going to sell no matter how much marketing you do. I think that a lot of people feel that just because they have this amazing marketing team that it's automatically going to sell whatever it is that they have cooking. And the thing is, if you are a horrible restaurant and your food is disgusting, it doesn't matter how much marketing you do. Actually, the marketing may hurt you because the marketing is putting your stuff out there for more people to see, to spread the word even more that your food is not good. So you really have to pay attention to the product. Perfect the product as much as you can, or at the very least, tell the story, right? So we have marketing. Traditional marketing is the process of getting people to be interested in whatever your company is selling or servicing. So if you have products, if you have a service, you have to do a fair amount of marketing research. You have to understand what your customers' interests are, and you have to analyze that research so that you can bring to them what it is that they want. Because the whole point of marketing is to figure out what the needs of people are and to fulfill those needs. Okay? Marketing can be anything that surrounds your business. That includes anything from how you distribute your products, your advertising. This can include your development of your products and also the sales aspect of things as well. So we have to pay attention to all of these things, okay? But here's the other piece to marketing that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is storytelling marketing. And for Onyx Queen Media business, we tend to be the people that are going to approach marketing from a storytelling aspect, okay? And the reason why is because it just works, and we've tested it for some time, right? So what you do is, instead of just marketing, regular marketing will just have the picture of a product. Let's say you're a product-based business. You have a picture of a product, right? Picture of the product, you may have a few stats about the product. Okay, fine. Storytelling marketing will have maybe a physical person, right, who is holding the product in their hand, using that product. So it's showing the product in motion in everyday life. A lot of times, here's a good example. A lot of times when you watch TV shows, the commercials that come on at that specific time are very strategic. For example, if you are watching, let's say, a show that has a mostly black cast, you're going to often see commercials that are marketing to a black audience, right? A lot of times you'll see car commercials where the couple getting in and out of the car are two black people. When you see that same commercial but a different version may have two white people, or if it is a show that is coming on, let's say during the Latin Grammys or something like that, you may see that same car commercial but with two people who are part of the Latino community. You understand what I'm saying? That marketing, they're going after the audience that's in front of them at that moment, right? They're going after the audience that will be able to relate. So how can they relate to that audience? Now, that doesn't mean if you show a commercial with black people when you know the show is mostly tuned in by 70% of white America, that doesn't mean that the commercial is still not going to be a valid commercial. But you would probably want to rethink your advertising dollars to try to hone in on the audience that is tuning in. So if people are watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's a very different audience than watching Real Housewives of Orange County. You see what I'm saying? The audience is very different. So you have to tune in and tap into that. Now, there's just some people that just watch all of the Real Housewives, and we know that. We're not talking about them. We're talking about overall the audience that is tuning in to these specific shows, right? So if it's Tyler Perry shows, the audience is going to be very different, right? If it is tuning into The View, the audience is very different. All right, so we need to take into account of who is tuning in at that time. So, and I'm speaking specifically when you're talking about television. That is a way to capture an audience, that makes sense. If you are home during the day, for all of my folks who work from home, if you turn on the TV during the day, you're going to see a lot of commercials that have to do with food stuff, breakfast stuff. You're going to see a lot of things that are geared towards moms and caregivers, because that is who the audience is at home. Right? So you're going to see a lot of soap commercials. That's how soap operas got their name, because they were often supported by soap detergent companies, so that's how they became to be known as soap operas. Okay, so that's a little, thing in there, a little fact, Hollywood fact for you. So you have to really look at the audience that you are trying to capture, and maybe your audience isn't the stay-at-home mom or the caregiver. Your audience may be the working class folks, the millennials who are going to be tuning in at 6:30, 7 o'clock after they get home from work, if they are working in an outside office. I know a lot of jobs now are working from home because of this ongoing pandemic that we're in. So you have to really pay attention to that. Who is your audience? Because it doesn't make sense to tell a story to somebody who doesn't care. You know what I mean? My content is what it is because my audience is, an audience that's looking for information on business. They're looking for information about becoming entrepreneurs, or even the seasoned entrepreneurs. Hey y'all, how you doing? I know y'all listening in. Even the seasoned entrepreneurs get nuggets of things from me because they know I'm a seasoned entrepreneur and I've been at this for a long time. So they say, wow, Renee told me about this, or she mentioned blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go look that up. Now they can glean and take the pieces that they need from it and leave the rest. That's what you can do as a seasoned entrepreneur. If you're a brand new entrepreneur, this is going to be so helpful for you. Go back through all of these episodes. We're past over 400 episodes now on this podcast. You will get so much information. And you didn't have to spend a dime. All you had to do was stream for free. To get these nuggets of information, listen, you're going to learn a lot, and I learn a lot as well from my audience, So I always say it all the time. People are like, well, who is your target audience? My target audience are Black female entrepreneurs and Latina female entrepreneurs. Those are the two groups that are the largest in my atmosphere. And then after that, Black entrepreneurs in general, and then any other entrepreneurs after that. That is the main group. It's not the only group, but it's the main group. And I also have a lot of folks who are trying to get out of the 9-to-5 world. So they're trying to balance both things, working in the 9-to-5 and also starting their own business. So I have a great audience. Yes, it is a diverse audience to a certain degree. And I get new people listening all the time, all over the world. Whether they're in the military all over the world. There was some people in Slovakia, and I'm like, who's listening in Slovakia? I was hit up one day, and it was some military folks, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy to me. And I tell you, it definitely shocks me all the time when somebody sends me a note that, oh, I was stationed in Korea, and whatever. And it's so crazy how people just listen from everywhere. And I think it's amazing. So yes, you have to pay attention to who you're trying to market to. So again, getting back to that traditional marketing, yes, I'm not saying traditional marketing doesn't work, but storytelling marketing is so amazing, because now you're connecting with people on a more emotional level. That storytelling marketing is really going to move you, right? So storytelling marketing, we are going to, let's see what we're going to do. We're going to make you be more creative, right? Storytelling marketing, when we work with you, we're going to make you think beyond just showing here is the product. We're going to give you a product and say, this is how this product can help you in everyday life. Here are pictures of people using our product. I don't even care if it's a book. Here are people holding the book up because they've purchased it. Here is a picture of me reading a chapter in your book. I don't care what it is you're trying to sell. It could be a book. It could be, an alarm. Whatever it is that you're selling. I don't know. Clothes, jewelry. I want to see how the clothes and the jewelry look on people. You know how clothes sells? Everybody knows how clothes sell. Clothing sells because we see runway shows. Clothing sells because we see magazines that have what? People dressed in the clothes. And you go through it and flip through the catalog, whether it's a digital catalog online or whatever, you see people that hopefully look like you, dressed in the clothes, and you can say, oh, that person looks like they're about my size. Oh, okay. That's why they give you the little stats in the corner. Oh, this model is 5'9" and they're a size whatever, and and then you can kind of compare it and say, okay, I can see how that would fit me. And if it's going to work or not. You're telling a story. You're not just showing, okay, here's the outfit laid on the table. No, I want to see the story behind it. I want to see the model who is in the picture on vacation. She's on her boat with her man. You know what I'm saying? Like enjoying her time, and she's wearing the bathing suit and the cover up, flapping in the wind. That's what I want to see. I want to see the story behind it. Tell me a story. Tell me how I can insert myself into that picture, that video, that story that you're telling. So everybody thinks they're going to get this whole marketing thing together. I'm going to hit the ground running on this marketing, and you have this great product. It may not even be that great, but you're not going to know until those marketing dollars are spent. But you better be telling a good story. Because if you're not telling a story and you're not getting on your social media and you're speaking about what's going on, there's only so much posting that you can do without showing your face. There's only so much posting that you can do without actually letting people hear your voice. Even if you don't want to show your face, you can do voiceovers. Go live. Show what's going on. Tell me a story, because stories are what make people loyal to your brand. Some people don't even know why they spend the money that they do, but they love the story. I love the story behind the brand. So many people say that. I say it all the time. The story is what got me. I can buy clothes from anywhere. But when there's a great story behind how this individual started their clothing line, or I remember when they started from the bottom up, I remember when they were sewing things in their house and now they've moved into a warehouse somewhere in LA or even overseas in China. Now they have a whole distribution center. Listen, it is the story that will carry you. Especially when it comes to products. Oh my goodness. Story, a great story will carry you. Not a fake story, but the real story. Tell me about your fails. Tell me about your wins. Tell me about the things that we don't normally see because you're choosing to, curate your timeline a certain way. Show a little bit of everything, so that people can get to know who you are. You can't sell 24/7. 80%, I do the 80-20 rule. We're going to talk about this again because I mention it every so often. The 80-20 rule. 80% of the time you are sharing, you are teaching, you are giving me a great background. And the other 20% you're selling. Right? Now, during that 80% of the time, are you selling then too? Yes, but not in an in-your-face kind of way. Let that 80% be you sharing, educating, connecting with people, so that when it comes time for you to sell, in that 20%, people are just going to be handing you their money, because now you've created that what is the word? You've created the bridge of trust. That no trust factor, I keep on telling you, it's not going anywhere. People keep trying to change up the game. Keep trying to change the game. You're going to be wasting time. Oh, I got this new way. No, you don't, because we've been doing it the same way the whole time. And people are still winning. People always have a brand new way of doing this and a brand new way of doing that. Wheels are still round. It's not changing. It's not changing. You may change the name of the brand, but the wheels, you're not going to come out with a new square wheel. No. Wheels are round. They ain't going nowhere. It's been that way umpteen time. Stop trying to recreate the wheel when you have a great foundation. Just give a little extra. Right? Because everybody's selling coffee, but why are some places better than others? Even the same coffee company, Starbucks. There are some Starbucks that taste better. Some locations that are better than others. And you need to pay attention to why that is. Figure out why that is. You can order the same drink, same Starbucks drink, whatever y'all like, because y'all know y'all love y'all Starbucks. You can order the same Starbucks from 5 different locations in your zip code, and they will all taste different. Because why? The hands of the person who are creating it is different. Somebody didn't crush the ice all the way. Somebody put a little bit of extra, pump of the chocolate in there. Somebody put a little bit of extra, whipped cream. Somebody didn't put enough whipped cream. There's always something that's going to make it slightly different. But people don't pay attention to that. They just say, oh, it's just a product. No, I need the story. I need the details, because that's what's going to make the difference. So instead of you just throwing out marketing out there because you think that that's going to fix everything for your business, pay attention to the story that you are telling. And if that means you got to get over your fear of being on camera, if you got to get over your fear of talking to people, then that's what you need to do. Or hire a spokesperson who is going to be able to do that for you. Because if you're really scared about being on camera, we cannot force people to be on camera. But then hire somebody cute to get on camera for you. But I promise you, it's still not going to be the same with you. Because even in your nervousness, even in your awkwardness of, being live online or camera or whatever, even with that, it's very endearing to see how people are like, listen, I don't really like to get on camera like this, but I just wanted to come to you guys and talk to you about blah, 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 whatever. I find that to be very endearing, and a lot of people do. And you will find over time, you will get past being nervous or being afraid or, stumbling over your words or whatever. We're all human and we make mistakes every day. None of us are perfect. People can't stand for others to see them starting from the bottom. That irks me so bad. Show where you came from, how you built up to where you are. Show appreciation for the team that got you to where you are so far. People hate to show them starting from the beginning, and I just don't understand that. That's part of the story. That is part of your brand story. That's eventually going to help you sell whatever it is that you got going. Services, products, whatever. If I don't know anything about you and you just popped up on the scene all perfect because you done hired a marketing team that's going to do all this stuff. You done hired all of these managers. Who are you? Where did you come from? What's the background? Give me something to go on, something to connect to. All right. I'm off my soapbox. When I get on my soapbox, it goes over like 15, 20 minutes. I be trying to keep these things not so long, but here we are. But I thought I had to say that because I just see folks that they think that throwing money at everything is going to make it happen. And let me tell you something. There's so many people out here with just an iPhone or an Android and a piece of paper and a piece of a computer. And they have way more following because they're so organic with what they do. You don't have to be in a fancy studio. You don't have to be spending tons of money on backdrops and all that sort of. You don't have to do all of that. Just be authentic. And if you're not trying to be your authentic self, or you shy away from that, the problem is not the situation. The problem really lies with, what is the reason why you feel you can't be authentic? What are you hiding? Just be yourself. Share your mistakes. Share your failures. Because, I share my mistakes and failures on here. Sometimes I think, after I press live or publish on the on the podcast, I'm like, I don't know if I should have talked about that. But I leave it in there anyway because somebody, every single time, says, oh my goodness, I thought I was the only one that was going through that. Oh my gosh, when you ranted that day, I needed that so bad. Because I do get on here and rant sometimes and be like, you know what? I'm tired. But again, you guys, tell your story. That's the difference between traditional marketing and storytelling marketing. Tell your story. Get your brand folks together and your marketing folks together and tell your authentic and organic story. All right, like, share, subscribe. Connect with me over at Instagram at Onyx Queen Media. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get honey. Download it today. Visit our link www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.